So first thing first, it's the basics. If you have inked already, you know it, but I'm sure there are some people who's never inked before. So when you're inking first, the brush is dry, and then ink might be too thick. So what I always do is wash the brush in water and then kind of make the point with soft paper towel and then dip it into ink. But I hope you can see it's not too little, it's not too much, kind of just right. And what you need to do is when you dip it in, kind of take off the excess ink. And then here comes why I ask you to have this paper, because sometimes there is too much ink and you kind of make the point and take the excess ink off, then you start drawing, and that's how you start. This side is watercolor paper and this side is Bristol. I have two papers on the table. So watercolor paper again has more texture, absorbs the water better, and the Bristol is more smooth, so if you want cleaner lines, Bristol is better. Not sure, this watercolor paper doesn't have a lot of texture, so I don't know if we can see the line differences, but anyway, I will show that to you too. So first let me show the difference between the watercolor brushes and the Asian brushes. So I'll just draw a line. So again, take the excess ink out and make the point pointy. And so I'll just draw simple line. Start from the thinnest, and then go thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker. So anyway, that's see, it's very thin, and you can get to very thick with this one brush. And that's the biggest pro of the Asian brushes, calligraphy brushes. The con is because it's so soft. Can you feel it? It's so soft, real hair, very soft. And the tip is so thin, and this is so thick. So it's actually, you can get a lot of different line quality, but at the same time, it's very, very hard to control. So if you are just starting to ink, I will recommend you to start from watercolor brushes. So I will show you next how watercolor brushes will make lines. So it's kind of like a similar one. I took the similar ones out. So look, it's kind of similar, but you already see the differences. There's not too much of a thickness differences. So let me try again. Make the tip pointy. Don't put too much ink in there, and then start from thinnest to try and go thickest. Oops, it ended already. Wait, let me do it one more time. Let me put a little bit more ink. Okay, start from thin, thick. It gets okay. So it does get close as thick, but if you look at the points, it's not as thin. I don't know, it's relatively small, so it might be hard to see. So in watercolor brushes, you might need 2 or 3 to get the line differences of one of this, while with Asian brushes, you might only need 1. So let me use this thin one. Whoops, it's not as okay. It's a little bit messed up, but we can still do it. So here, this get thin line, but it doesn't get thick. So the biggest pro of watercolor brushes is it's easier to use. If you're not used to inking with brushes and maybe you're not confident with control, this is shorter, So there's a lot of control. But of course, you need more number of brushes to get different lines. So that's the differences.